Hello and welcome to Wild Heart Yoga Holistic Healing. I'm Hannah Ray, and today I have for you a water element Yin Yoga class where we will be targeting the kidney and urinary bladder meridians. Let's begin in a cross-legged position at the center of your mat today. Closing the eyes when you're ready. If you'd like, you can place one hand on the chest and one on the low abdomen. And as you inhale, imagine pulling that air into that deep belly, your dantian, that space between the belly button and the pubic bone. Then feel the air rise through the ribs and the chest, and exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Grounding yourself here, feeling the mat beneath your sits bones, setting your intention for today's practice. Inhaling belly, ribs, and chest, and exhaling slowly and fully, chest, ribs, and belly. Bringing your awareness to the present moment by tuning into the breath, just noticing how the body is feeling right now, any thoughts trying to enter the mind, and coming back to the awareness of the breath. Gently release the hands now, and as you inhale, take a big reach of the arms overhead, and exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. Finding your focus, finding your center. Inhale one more time, arms up toward the sky. Then release the right fingertips toward the mat, taking a slight side bend toward the left. Inhale, reaching back up, and take a slight side bend to the other side. Very good. Now let's go ahead and begin our practice with our first yin asana of the day, our dragonfly. So we will start with our legs spread as wide as they can, making sure the feet are staying turned up. We don't want this to become an inward hip rotation. Then inhale, finding length through the spine. Exhale, begin to fold forward. Once you're here, if you have low back pain, just stay here, placing your hands on the ground. But if you can take this a bit further, inhale one more time, finding length in the spine once more. And exhale as you allow the upper body to melt toward the mat. Neck is relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. Hips and feet, legs all relaxed. Just allowing gravity to take you into this pose deeper with every exhale, feeling resistance leave the body. Since this is a yin class, we will be holding each pose for 3 minutes today. We do this in order to really target the connective tissue and fascia in the body, which goes in and around every organ, muscle, and all the soft tissue in our body. It's what holds us together and gives us shape. But this can only be released and strengthened with extended periods of holds, 3 minutes plus. To get the most out of these releases, it's really important to keep coming back to that breath. Bring your awareness to those areas of tension in the body and imagining inhaling that fresh oxygen into those areas of stiffness. As you exhale, relaxing your muscles, allowing that tension to just melt away. In this dragonfly, we are targeting both the kidney and the urinary bladder meridian, as the kidney meridian starts at the center of the ball of the foot, comes around the ankle and the inner thighs through the groin, and comes up the center of the chest to the collarbones. So we're compressing that groin area where that meridian flows. We are also stretching the urinary bladder meridian, which starts at the corner of the eyes, goes across the forehead, over the top of the skull, and down the whole back side of the body, the back of the legs. So we are targeting both of the meridians associated with the water element today. I will leave you here in silence for the remainder of this hold. We have about 45 seconds left here. Very good. Draw in one more deep breath. As you exhale, slowly begin to roll the spine back up, one vertebrae at a time, coming back to seated. Again, inhale, finding length in the spine. This time turn toward the left, and as you exhale, bend at the hips as you lower the chest over your left leg. If you have low back pain, stay there. If you want to take it further, inhale, finding length in the spine again. As you exhale, melt forward, that chest dropping closer toward that leg, forehead reaching for the shin here. Again, we aren't forcing it, we are just finding our edge, going as far as we can, that we feel a stretch, but where it's bearable to hold for several minutes. Once you find that spot for you, then try to find stillness here, tuning into the breath again, being aware of the present moment. Relaxing the feet and the legs, the shoulders, the neck. Sinking into this pose, surrendering to it. Letting go of any thoughts, feelings, or resistance that isn't serving you in this moment. The wisdom of water is to flow. So like water, we can notice our thoughts, allowing them to be flexible, to move around obstacles or barriers. Water fits any container it is fit in. When barriers are in its way, it finds a new path to flow. And so we can do the same with our thoughts, our lives. When we come across barriers we don't expect, instead of becoming frustrated or refusing to move from our spot, trying to bust through, we can instead take a step back, find clarity, find stillness, and regain our power as we find a new path to move along. The water element is also considered to be the season of winter, the season where we hibernate, where growth slows down. But yet, this is a very valuable season, a season for renewal, a season for regaining power, regaining strength, insights and clarity, harnessing our creativity, preparing for the growth that is to come. The wisdom of water is to learn to wait patiently. Wonderful job. On your next exhale, go ahead and slowly roll the spine up one vertebrae at a time again, finding your neutral position once more. Let's find one breath as you inhale the arms overhead to reset the spine. Exhaling, hands to prayer heart center. Inhale, finding length in the spine once more, this time twisting toward the right. And as you exhale, begin to fold forward, stopping with a straight back if you have low back pain. If you'd like to go further, inhale again, and as you exhale, allowing that chest to melt forward, forehead reaching for the shin. Once again, being mindful to relax the feet and the legs, relaxing the arms, the shoulders, and neck. Finding your edge, allowing your chest to lean slightly further over the leg if you haven't quite found your edge yet. Inhaling deeply, and as you exhale, allowing gravity to take you deeper into this pose as tension melts out of the body. Anytime the mind tries to wander, run away with thoughts, to-do lists, or imaginary conversations, just gently bring your mind back to the present moment, back to the breath, back to what's happening in the body. Enjoying what you are receiving from this present stillness. I'll leave you here for the remainder of your hold in silence. Bask in that silence and listen to the wisdom of your body. Wonderful job. Slowly begin to roll the chest back up once more, one vertebrae at a time. And when you're ready, in your own time, make your way to your back for our first rebound of the day. We're just here for a few moments to allow ourselves to feel the echo of the pose that we just held, to embrace that free flow of energy happening in the body after a compression. Much like a hose full of water being cinched off, when that hose is twisted, it isn't able to keep flowing. But when you release that cinch in the hose, the water is able to flow even stronger and more powerfully because of the power that was built up with that compression. All right, when you're ready, slowly turn to your side and make your way up to your hands and knees for our next pose. Reach the right foot towards the top of the mat, extending it straight. Back leg, the hip is aligned over the knee. And here, imagine pulling your right hip back slightly, pushing that left hip forward in order to keep the hips square. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. And exhale as you hinge from the hips forward. Forehead reaching toward the shin here. Fingertips can reach ahead of you, at the sides, or extend them behind to take this even a little bit deeper. And once again, find relaxation here, surrendering to the pose, allowing gravity to take you deeper into this pose. With every exhale, releasing any resistance in the body or the mind, finding your strength in the stillness, finding your purpose in the stillness. The water element and winter season are latent but potent. From a distance, seemingly useless, seemingly minimal in purpose, but in reality, so powerful, so important for the seasons to come. Accept where life has you in this season. Challenging yourself to find gratitude and joy, even when life doesn't look like maybe what you expect or think it should. Inhaling deep into that dantian, that low belly, and exhale, slowly releasing tension, letting all the air expel from your lungs and diaphragm. Finding stillness for the remainder minute and a half left here. Wonderful job. Inhale one more time, and as you exhale, bend the front knee, making your way back to your knees. And if you'd like, you can take a moment to just take a down dog here. And come back to the knees, this time stepping the left leg forward, extending that front leg. And again, keeping the hips square, thinking about pulling that left hip back slightly and that right hip forward this time. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. As you exhale, bend from the hips forward. Inhale again. And as you exhale, allow the forehead to melt towards the shin. As we are on the other side now, just take note of whether this side perhaps feels any different than the first side did. It's very common and natural to have imbalances in our body. The more we get used to noticing them, then the more easy it is to be aware of things that contribute to our imbalances as we go throughout the day. So inhale, once again, finding that unique area of stiffness and tension in your own body. As you exhale, let the air out fully. Imagining that tension melting away, seeing if you can fall a little bit deeper into this pose, taking your edge a little bit further. When our water element is balanced, we are able to move through life smoothly with strength, courage, and willpower. There's a sense of flow and ease and alignment to one's purpose. When our water chi is strong, life flows easily. We are creative. We trust our instinct. We have strength and courage, yet feel calm and gentle. On the other hand, when imbalanced, we start to feel tired, which results in a weaker willpower. We also may experience more feelings of fear, especially fear of the future, fear of change. We may feel more withdrawn. Long periods of time of our chi energy being imbalanced can actually result in physical issues, diseases, injuries, chronic pain, or illness, which is why Yin is such a beautiful practice to help restore balance physically in our bodies, in our organs, in our minds. So many wonderful benefits that happen within because of the mind and body connection that is so real, so prevalent, and so important in order to stay healthy in life. Great job. Go ahead and slowly, at your own pace, release the front leg, coming back to your hands and knees, and gently make your way to your stomach, making a pillow with the hands as we take a brief rebound on the stomach this time. Feeling the echo of the pose, the effects it's had on your body, on your mind, perhaps the level of calmness you feel. Take one more full exhale here. And when you're ready, let's prepare for our next yin pose, which is the Sphinx. So staying on your belly, all you need to do here is place the elbows beneath the shoulders, forearms and fingers facing forward, and gently lifting the chest up. If this is a little too intense for you today, you can always place a pillow or a bolster under the chest. If you'd like to take this further, though, you can go ahead and extend those arms straight, walking the hands either forward to make it easier or closer toward your body to make it even harder. Once you find the position that works for you, you can keep that neck straight and long, or you can relax it, allowing the chin to drop toward the chest, whichever is more comfortable for you today. Here we are getting an extension of the spine, creating a compression through our urinary bladder meridian down the backside. And on the front, we are stretching the kidney meridian, which comes up through the center of the core to the collarbones. Inhaling deep into that dantian, that low belly. And exhaling like a sigh from the back of the throat. Allowing tension to melt away. Inhaling deeply into the belly. And sighing tension away. I'd invite you now to mindfully continue with this ujjayi breath or yogic breathing for the remainder of our 2 minutes left in this pose. On your next exhale, slowly allow the chest to melt back towards the mat once more, When you're ready, make your way onto your back again, taking a few moments for a rebound. Once again, feeling the echo of the pose, feeling the flow of energy throughout your body, noticing where tension has begun to release. When you're ready, go ahead and bring the knees up towards the chest, then place the right knee over the left, hooking the ankle around the leg as well if you can, and gently allow the legs to drop toward the left, moving the legs lower away from the body to make this easier, or moving the knees closer toward the shoulder to make this more intense. Right arm is cactused or extended straight out to the side, looking over that right shoulder to complete this twisting motion. This is our twisted roots pose. Here we are compressing the kidney meridian through the core, as well as through the groin with the legs twisted here. Inhale deeply, feeling decompression through the spine, lengthening through the spine. And as you exhale, feel tension melt away, perhaps taking this twist even a little deeper, making sure that both shoulders stay grounded on the mat during this pose. Twists such as this twisted roots pose are also a great way to activate our digestive system through this gentle twisting and compression of the organs. You're doing a wonderful job. Keep breathing, taking just a few more deep breaths before we switch to the other side. Wonderful job. Gently roll the legs back up to neutral, untwisting the legs and extending them straight, maybe shaking them out just a little, giving the spine just a few moments to neutralize before we go to the other side. Great job. Now when you're ready, bring the legs back up. This time twisting the left leg over the right, hooking that ankle again if you can, cactusing or extending the arms, and allowing the legs to drop to the right. Maybe your right hand is placed on top of the knees, pressing down to take this twist a little bit deeper. Once again, making sure both shoulders stay grounded toward the mat and looking over that left shoulder. Once more, become intentionally aware of the present moment, of what is happening in the mind and in the body. taking in the sensations in and around you, and asking yourself, what do I need in this season of restoration, in a season of stillness, in order to empower me and strengthen me for the season to come? I will leave you in silence here for the last 2 minutes of this pose to reflect on that as you listen to the wisdom of the body. Take one more deep breath in this pose. And as you exhale, gently and slowly bring the legs back up, untwisting them, then extending the legs out, arms out to the side, palms facing up, as we come into our final resting pose for today, our Shavasana. I'd encourage you to stay here in your Shavasana as long as you're able to today. But if you're ready to finish, move on with your day, then gently make your way up to seated, taking your time. And let's finish with a couple closing breaths together. Inhaling the arms up toward the sky once more, stretching the body, and exhaling, hands to prayer at heart center. Again, inhaling, sweeping the arms up, stretching tall, and exhaling, hands to the third eye, then to heart center. Let's take one more breath, inhaling, arms up toward the sky, exhaling, palms to third eye, acknowledging the wisdom of the body, lowering the hands to the lips, may your words be kind, and to the heart center, bowing down, thanking yourself for honoring your mind and body in this way today. Thank you so much for joining me for today's class. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to stay up to date with all of my latest classes and videos. Thanks again. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.